Hello guys, welcome back to Poppy Playtime. Today we are playing chapter 3 this time. So, it obviously starts with a VHS tape. This time it's revealing some new sets of toys. After all of this, it's going to cut to news reports of a catnap doll, apparently. I believe that's his name. Blah, blah, blah. Basically saying that kids have been getting nightmares when after purchasing the thingy. This is very
What's the
interesting.
time?
You don't want to miss it.
Playtime! S-M-I-L-E every day! When you are down and out, no need to frown and pout. The smiley critters here to say S-M-I-L-E every day!
Smiling critter. Oh, hello.
The wind's really scary.
There's no way it
I can't sleep.
Hey, we'll be okay, guys. I promise. All winds blow away. Eventually.
I thought that was my door. Wow. Hi. Hello. Can we be friends?
Catnap! Please, help us go to sleep,
We
Catnap!
need it, Catnap.
Please help us!
Sleep, sleep, sleep.
Oh, hi. Why is it so glitchy?
Everyone knows Huggy Wuggy and Poppy Playtime, but are your children safe from Playtime Co.'s latest toy? What you've seen here is Playtime Co.'s own Smiling Critters, a limited series cartoon meant to celebrate the release of the toys sharing its name. Yet both now face the fire sparked by the inclusion of one key member. This is Catnap. And like the others of his line, you just pull his little tail and seems innocent enough. However, parents across the country report their children experiencing strange and often violent nightmares. And beside them, their little, grinning Catnap doll. Now, with controversy growing, Playtime Co. has announced the recall of all Catnap toys from the Smiling Critters line. His image cleared from all promotional material. But damage already done, will disappearing be that easy? The exact cause of these incidents still unknown, only one thing appears glaringly certain. Your children are not safe with Catnap.
The free. Yay! Chapter. After this, I woke up in this room where it turns out Catnap has taken me into the garbage thingy, or whatever you call it, bruh. After doing some parkouring and dying about like 3 times, I saw Catnap. I then entered this smaller room where I also found my first VHS tape. It's basically someone complaining about someone getting a nightmare who ended up turning into Mummy Longlegs, who we saw from the last chapter that we've been in.
All right, Miss Harper. Please explain the situation. Spare no details. Well, like any night, all the children were getting sleep. It was peaceful, quiet. Catnap had the red smoke in the room. Then suddenly, there was this scream. Nightmares happen, I know, but this... dilated pupils and quivering lips. The way her eyes darted around the room, and I swear, her hand in mine, it felt like her blood was boiling beneath her skin. She saw something too. Something horrible. I'm sorry. I don't need to. Miss Harper, we'll provide the very best care we can offer. You have my word. But this is important. Did Marie happen to describe what she saw? Yes, a monster, she said that it was colorless. Gosh, I could feel the poor little heart pounding. For her, it was right there. And her movements, they were so wild. Arms flailing, legs kicking. I wanted to talk to her, see how she's doing. I really need to hear her voice right now. That would not be advised, Miss Harper. There are many concerns we must address at this time. But vitals show normal, and we'll continue to monitor. She'll be okay. No! Well, pardon me if I'm not comforted by that. Just bring my little girl back to me.
In this room, I need to get through the door here. However, I need to find 2 batteries. Once entering, I found someone called Bubbervent.
I'm Bubbervent. Hey, I remember you. An elephant always remembers. Want to know what I remember about you?
Bubbervent is the most intelligent smiling critter and acts as the brain of the gang, and this is even shown in the Smiling Critters intro, as he removed Crafty Corn's painting to show a complex math equation, and his identity as a genius is based off the real fact that elephants have extremely good memory. His voice lines are also the most tame out of all of them, if you exclude the screaming, of course. What's weird about Bubbervent's voice lines specifically is that when he's screaming, he's also laughing at the same time.
I'm Bubbervent. Hey, I remember you. An elephant always remembers. Want to know what I remember about you?
And I might have a valid reason for this happening. However, before looking into that, we have to take a look at one of his normal voice lines, which could be taken multiple ways.
Want to know what I remember about you?
When Bubbervent says this, it could mean 2 things. The first is that he's just expressing the fact that he has great memory, or it could mean that he remembers us working here 10 years ago. But you can honestly look at it both ways. Now, the reason I think Bubbervent was heard laughing in his last voice line is because of how he and the rest of the Smiling Critters acted in the end of the episode. When the crew weren't able to sleep, they get a knock at the door and it's revealed to be Catnap. And Bubbervent was the first to come up and ask for Catnap to put them asleep. After everyone pleads for this, however, once Catnap secretes the red smoke, everyone, including Bubbervent, is seen laughing maniacally. Now, I'm not sure if the red smoke from this show has the exact same properties as the one in real life, but it seems to show signs of insanity and addiction when someone inhales it, along with them being able to fall asleep. But with that being said, there's a chance that Bubbervent's laughing in his last voice line is linked to Catnap, as he was initially exposed to the red smoke, causing him to laugh, and Catnap took this opportunity to kill him.
By the way, all of that lore is from Poppy Playtime, the YouTube channel, so it's not mine. Anyway, moving on. I heard this phone call and entered this room here, grabbed the phone guy, who's apparently called Ollie, as he directed me to Playcare, while I also found another smiling critter.
No. It's looking pretty bad outside.
Big? No.
I've never been outside before. Will you come with me? I'm scared.
I kind of don't want to, but okay.
Here, follow me. I'll step out first.
Next up is Kickin' Chicken. Kickin' Chicken is known as the cool character in the Smiling Critters, as he likes to keep his cool image and is shown surfing in the intro. He's very determined and doesn't give up easily, even in tough situations. However, Kickin' Chicken can get scared like the other 6 characters in the show, which is not only seen in the show, but it's also heard in his voice lines, as they first include him asking to go outside and hang out. But after this, he says that he's never been outside before, and he asks for us to come with him, admitting that he's scared scared to go alone. Trying to keep his image, however, he says that he'll step out first, and soon after you can hear him screaming.
Hey, I'm Chicken. Want to go outside and hang out? It's looking pretty bad outside. I've never been outside before. Will you come with me? I'm scared. Here, follow me. I'll step out first.
But what does all this mean? Surely he doesn't die because of the sun or something outside, so why is he killed right after trying to venture off outside? Well, if you look at Playcare as a whole, it seemed to be some type of controlled environment that tries its best to simulate the outside world, which is kind of disturbing when you think about it. Kickin' Chicken most likely knew of this and Playcare's nature and was curious about what the real world was actually like, but I don't think his fear was because of the outside world itself. During one of our interactions with Poppy, she lets us know that the prototype will kill us the second we try to escape, so we have to dispose of him first.
Prototype knows we're coming by now. You try to escape, he'll kill you before you ever reach that front door.
And Kickin' Chicken was likely aware of the fact that something would happen if he were to step foot outside of the building, and once he tried to leave, he's either killed off by Catnap or the prototype.
Pulled down these two levers and entered this tram, where we then were taken to Playcare. Let's watch that VHS tape.
Hello, my name is Elliot Ludwig. When you look around at the world today, what one thing do you think it needs more of? I asked around once. Money, I never have enough. Understanding, I can never get any. Faith, the common man has lost it. Each answer was different, and I could perhaps see some little truth in each. But I think each was also missing something. Something simple. You see, not one of them could muster a smile. A smile is hope. A smile is love. A smile is understanding. And there is nothing more gratifying to my soul than being the reason for a child's smile. To be the spark that ignites all their hopes and dreams. For it is only through hopes and dreams that we may create a better world. One where our children need not be afraid.
I don't want to go in there.
One where they are protected. After all, this company and its toys are nothing without them.
Time to die.
These children deserve to smile. They deserve to love. And they deserve a safe home. That is why it is with enormous pleasure that as the founder of Playtime Co., I announce Playcare,
Look at all that.
our
Wait, that's
very
weird.
own on-site orphanage. But it's not only that. It's a school, a playhouse, a place to belong. Our very own ecosystem beneath the surface, dedicated in every inch and detail to ensuring a child's smile. Its teachers and counselors, mothers and fathers, until such a time they have all of that in you. May Playcare bring joy, inspiration, and smiles to all who enter these doors. For what gives life its meaning if not a smile?
It's me again, Ollie. Cool place, right? The kids used to live here. Now look at it. Anyways, do you see that statue in the middle of the room? Take the stairs that go under it. There's a really cool room in there that powers literally all of Playcare. I can give you a key down there.
When I went down the statue, I found this key and used this key to enter this giant room with.
Welcome to the gas production zone, the beating heart of the whole evil Playcare system. All that gas you see coming from the machine
No,
is made right here
I
in the
definitely do
factory.
not.
It's called the red
Accept.
smoke. Right now, it's all headed off to the right. We need to make that red smoke go left instead. That's how we can get to him. The machine will probably have a few dumb safeguards for you to work around, but I think you can do it.
I then found this battery and went into this room where I found a VHS tape and the GrabPack 2.0. Big. So do I? Oh, sorry, I lost my green hand. Okay. I then turned on the power and turned on the machine, where suddenly someone then breaks the power. Why? Like pee. I'll give out there, and I'm assuming the 100's gonna go next. Yay! What? What? No, what just happened?
Oh no! Someone killed the power! Okay, I sent you another key. It's under the statue. Use it to get into Home Sweet Home. Then once you're inside, find the building's backup generator. Good luck!
Okay, I guess we got to go back to the statue. Yay! I then went into Home Sweet Home and then suddenly had a bit of a nightmare. Oh, VHS tape. What's that say? Welcome to Playcare. Playtime.
Greetings, employees, and welcome to your first day here in Playtime. We're certain that in the days to come, you'll find your new family here every bit as loving and supportive as your own. Feel free to wander the halls, sit in the mess for lunch, or watch our children play and learn to their little hearts' content. Join the innovationists where the bounds of science are continuously pushed, or join the counselors of Playcare whose diligence and care for our children will help shape a brighter future. Just you see. Now, every one of you has your part in that future, so should you come back tomorrow feeling unhappy for where you are or what you've done, worry not, for your supervisor is here and happy to listen. And should you come back years later, your conscience finally getting the better of you, may you descend into the dark and the dust, finding all that awaits you are incomprehensible horrors, each hungry for your return, each eager that they might find you. Perhaps they'd smile at you from a shadow, their smiling mouths full of teeth and meat and plastic, watching and waiting patiently for their turn at a warm welcome. Or perhaps they won't allow you such time to figure your place in the world you'd left, a world that's theirs now. Welcome home.
the gas, okay. Continuing on, I found another VHS
tape
tape.
we're going to be looking at starts with the log report regarding experiment 1322, an unknown toy with neural problems that needed to be addressed. But during this, a child by the name of Joseph walks into the room, interrupting the scientist, and he asks what they're doing to his friend Kevin. He even asks if Kevin is sick, to which the scientist says that he is very sick, and they had to move him away from everyone else to receive proper care. He even reassures Joseph that when he's able to see Kevin, he'll have never been better.
Subject is stable, designated 1322. Clear neural abnormalities were detected in his recent checkup, though highly irregular. We've pulled him from the home sweet home just before lights out to perform.
What are you doing with my friend?
What are you doing out of bed? How did you get in here?
Is Kevin sick? Why did you take him away?
Yes. Kevin is very sick. Very, very sick. But we want to make him better. But he can only get better if we take him to where we can provide proper care and give him proper rest.
Well, do you really think he will be okay?
I should think so. We're good at what we do, son. We paid attention in school, learned, and got our proper rest when we needed it. Just like you need it now, I should think. Come now, let's get you on back to bed.
Oh, okay.
It's been a pleasure meeting you, Joseph. And I promise you, your friend will be all right. When you see him again, he'll have never been better.
Now, when the scientist says that Kevin will be a lot better, this is pretty much indicating the fact that he's gonna be turned into a toy, and that's apparently better than him just being a normal kid. And it's clear that Kevin was the first of many kids that went through this, as by the time this recording was made, they had already had experiment 1322. But as far as the kids' identities go, their names pretty much aren't brought up after this tape, so it's unknown what actually happened to them, specifically Joseph. Picky Piggy, a healthy eater who loves food and encourages her friends to eat a well-balanced diet. Though she also harbors a secret fondness for cheeseburgers and PB&J sandwiches. Her voice lines include her expressing her love for food, but as you go on, she slowly starts to talk about meals that are made of the rest of the smiling critters. But even after this, she says that she's still hungry and offers a friendship with us right after.
Hi there, I'm Picky Piggy. Let's eat. Roast beef, delicious. Grilled chicken, down the hatch. Seared elephant, yum. Slayed unicorn, still hungry. Hey, what do you say you and I be friends?
Now, knowing this, it's clear that Picky Piggy ate all of her friends and still needed to eat afterwards. But now we have two problems. Wouldn't that get in the way of how everyone else died? And how did she end up dying after she ate everyone? Well, this actually means that Picky Piggy had to have been the last to die, on top of the fact that you don't hear her screaming or being killed in any of her voice lines. So what I think happened is after all the smiling critters were killed by either catnap, the prototype, or natural causes, Picky Piggy was the last one alive, excluding Dog Day of course. And to keep living, she ate the bodies of every single one of her friends. And after this, she had no more food to eat, leading to her eventually starving to death. Tape is known as Samuel Lee's Last Day, which records what sounds like Miss Delight and the children of Playcare celebrating the adoption of Samuel Lee, with the children having no idea of what's actually gonna happen to him. Now, I'm led to believe that whenever a child is adopted and sent off, the celebration that they end up having is just masking the fact that the child is going to be turned into a toy later on. And it's possible that kids like Theodore Graham Bell got this exact same treatment.
And here they all are.
Well, of course. They'd never miss this.
Who's that, Mrs. Brooks? Who's going away?
Oh, tell us. This week, Dr. White here has selected our very own Samuel Lee. Now, before he goes, let's all give Sam one last goodbye, shall we? With me. 1, 2, 3. Goodbye, Sam!
I then escaped home sweet home after turning on the generator, but then I got jump scared by Kissy Missy. No! No! Get off me, you big ugly stupid.
Let go! They didn't do anything wrong.
Hi.
We're actually
Little
here to help.
Poppy.
This place makes her tense. I'm glad that Ollie could help you get this far. He's the reason we found you at all. Looks like the train crash hurt us both. You've been through so much. You deserve an explanation. Come on. Hey, you'll be okay. We'll be okay.
I found an elevator. What do we think? Huh? Am I really good? I'm really cool, aren't I? Do you agree, guys? Really? You have got to be joking.
Listen, I'm not your enemy, but I can't just let you leave. What's happening down here is bigger than all of us. And I need you, so we can get revenge on those monsters who've tortured you, who've tortured us. They didn't act alone. They're disciples of the original, the prototype. Do the honors?
Well, I don't, well, how I meant to know. It's still quite dark. What am I meant to do? Alright. Oh my god! Let's turn the back of the light. Yay! Okay, let's go back home.
The prototype knows we're coming by now. You try to escape, he'll kill you before you ever reach that front door. He's the reason I was trapped in that god-awful case for so long. You have no idea the things he's done. Let me help you kill him. Let me help you save everyone. We've all seen you, how capable you are. You killed Huggy. You killed Mommy. You freed me. You are perfect for this. Catnap is coming. He's the final obstacle the prototype has placed against us. We can't stay here. Keep yourself safe. Ollie will call you.
Alright, I guess we can leave. Friends, really? Ollie then directed me to this place called the school. And when I was in here, I also found another VHS tape.
During this 7th tape, Miss Delight talks about her brief conversation with this mysterious person and about how she asked where the kids were and if she's able to see them. But the person declined this, and Miss Delight says that's all he would tell her. But after this, she begins to laugh, saying that the person didn't reveal the kids' location, probably because he knew that Miss Delight would kill them all.
Where are the kids? Please, where are the children? Are they in the same place as the employees?
No.
Are the children safe?
Yes.
Oh. Can I see them?
No.
And that was it. That's all he'd tell me. Probably because he knew I'd kill them all.
For starters, it's very likely that this mysterious voice is Catnap, simply because of how Mr. Light mocked his raspy voice and how Catnap never intended to harm the kids, same with the prototype. And secondly, Mr. Light is likely talking to Barb about this, the weapon she carries around with her, and this is because she slowly started to see the weapon as an actual person. Plus, the tape literally has Barb as the picture for it, so that's pretty much a dead giveaway. And when Ollie lets us know that we have to go into the school at some point in the game, he tells us that Catnap doesn't usually wander over there. This is likely because of how violent and crazy Mr. Light is, and the fact that she'll pretty much kill anything, including the kids. But this makes me question where all of the kids even went in the first place, but more on that in another theory.
Then encountered her a little later with another chase scene.
Next up is Hoppy Hopscotch, who's said to be the friend everyone needs to maintain their energy and enthusiasm, and her personality is also seen in the show for the Smiling Critters, as you can see her playing soccer on a rainbow in the intro. Kinda weird, but whatever. And while sometimes being loud or impatient, she's still willing to slow herself down to please her friends. Now, the impatient part of her personality is very much shown in her voice lines, as she's convinced that if she keeps trying, she'll be able to jump to the moon, so she tries multiple times, growing increasingly frustrated at the player. But in the last voice line, when Hopscotch tries one last time, she's heard screaming while saying the word jump and the audio cuts out. And right before this, she said to not look at your feet, and none of that matters.
I'm Hoppy Hopscotch. Wanna try hopping to the moon with me? On three with me. 1, 2, 3. Again. 1, 2, 3. Listen, this won't stop until we make it to the moon. 1, 2. No, don't look at your feet. None of that matters. Again. Jump.
Now, I think this one is the most obvious. Hoppy Hopscotch is somehow deluded into thinking that she can jump to the moon, and when she tries one last time, she didn't look at where she was and ended up jumping off some high platform, falling to her death. The 8th tape we're looking at involves two employees, Stuart and Rich, and it's pretty much just a conversation between the two about Stuart considering giving his role to Rich. Rich starts off by complaining about the elevator, and they begin discussing the location and comments that the children should be able to see natural sunshine in a sky instead of one that's been painted and lit up with lights. Stuart then mentioned that he needs to think about passing on the responsibility of his role to someone else since he's about to retire, and that person is Rich.
Stupid clucky nerve.
What was that, Richie?
Nothing. Let's just get this shipment dropped and go. Hello, my name is Elliot Ludwig. Would you look around?
I take it you're not a fan of this place, are you?
Nope, never liked the feel of it. I mean, don't you think these kids deserve some real sunlight instead of floodlights and painted skies? Hell, we're not even allowed to talk to these kids. Isn't that... Sorry, Stu.
Sorry? That doesn't sound like the Rich I know.
Well, I'm trying to stop being so pissed off. My wife says I'm a lovely man, but I gotta control my temper. So, I'm doing it for her.
You're just different, Rich. Honest to a fault. But I always liked that about you.
Yeah? Well, you're one of the few.
You know, Richie, with my retirement coming up, they've been pushing hard for me to choose my replacement. I'm thinking about giving the role to you.
Really?
Really? Nothing official yet. But I think there's a decent guy beneath all that graft. An honest, hard-working man. You prove me right. I say your chances are pretty good.
Wow. I don't know what to say. I'm just glad to see not everyone in this place has it out for me.
Not everybody, Rich. Not everybody.
Now, this 9th tape is up next is Bobby Bear Hug, who possesses warm and appreciative qualities, similar to how Huggy Wuggy was designed, and she cares deeply about her friends and everything around her, maybe a bit too much. However, Bobby can also be seen as naive, as she may care about someone who doesn't have her best interests at heart, and she's also shown to have a fear of being abandoned, as she asks the player if they're gonna leave her and that she's been lost a long time.
Hi, I'm Bobby Bear Hug. Want to know how much I love you? I love you to the moon and back. I'm crazy about you. I'm lost without you. I've been lost a long time. Please, take me with you this time. You won't leave me, will you?
I honestly think that this is the saddest of them all, especially considering the fact that Bobby Bear Hug is the one who cares most about everyone, and yet she ends up being abandoned. This obviously leads to the question, why and how was Bobby Bear Hug abandoned? Well, this might be due to her clingy tendencies, and the rest of the smiling critters didn't want to be around her because of how close she wanted to be with everyone. Or perhaps she was one of the last to be alive and couldn't find anyone else, which could explain her saying why she's been lost for a long time. And when she says, "You won't leave me this time, will you?" it's likely that she's referring to us leaving Playtime Co. and coming back, letting us know that she doesn't want us to leave again. And after having no one to love, no one to talk to, and nothing to eat, Bobby Bear Hug slowly starved to death, possibly never being found due to the fact that Picky Piggy never even mentioned eating bear in any of her voice lines. Now, this 9th tape is a check-in for Catnap, and it starts off with Leith Pierre visiting his prison cell, and he starts talking about how Theodore has done extremely well with his new body, and how this was his 4th year in the body of Catnap. But Catnap doesn't respond to this, causing Leith to ask if his voice box is still broken. But right after this, Catnap says, "The prototype will save us." This results in Leith completely breaking character and letting Catnap know that no one is going to be saved, and the prison is where Catnap belongs, despite the fact that he's periodically let out to be with the kids in Playcare. And as for the prototype, his home was in the laboratory.
Okay, this is Catnap, experiment number 1188. What's his real name again? Okay. Hey, Theo. How you doing, bud? Normally I'd have Dr. Sawyer do this, but he's, out, let's say. So you got me until they find his replacement. First off, congrats. This is officially your 4th year in your new body, and you've made some real progress, pal. I was told that when you and the other smiling critters, you know, Dog Day, Picky Piggy, yada yada yada, were added into Playcare, that you weren't really getting along too well with the kids like everybody else was. But look at you now. The kids love you.
And that red smoke, I mean, that's fantastic, isn't it? Is his, voice thingy still broken? Theo, nobody's gonna save you. This prison is where you belong. We'll let you out here and there to go see the kids in Playcare, but your home is here. And as for the prototype, his home is in the labs. This is your life now. Get used to it.
Now, I'm led to believe that this prison Leith is talking about is the same prison that we see in the Playhouse, as it has no other purpose of being there. And it's kind of weird how it said that the experiments will forget who they were before being turned into a toy, and yet Leith still refers to Catnap as Theodore. But overall, this just shows how most of the toys were treated at Playtime Co., and why they were so ruthless during the hour of joy.
Forgot to show this, but before I went to the Playhouse, I witnessed Catnap worshipping the prototype. I will explain the lore a little later. I then made it over to the Playhouse, which is actually filled with a bunch of smiling critters, annoying people. But anyway, at the end I found two things. Number one, I found this little home, which I think belongs to Catnap, but I'm not 100% sure what this is, so I decided to bring it up anyways. Second, I found this guy called Dog Day. He started chasing me, and at the end I found a cardboard cutout of him at the end.
You're Poppy's angel. Come to save us. Nothing left to save. Not here. Lord Catnap's home, angel. Their home. A myriad pairs of eyes are on you now. Watching, waiting, hungry. They want nothing more than to crawl beneath your skin and eat away at you bit by little bit. Fill what feels empty inside themselves. That thing. Catnap. The prototype is his god, and this is what he does to heretics. These little toys follow Catnap to avoid that very fate. And in return, they are fed. We try to fight it. The prototype's control. I am the last of the smiling critters. Listen to me. You need to get out of this place. You need to live. You and Poppy could fix this. End this madness. The torment. Oh no. Oh no. Leave me. Please. Just go. Run.
We have Dog Day, the trusted leader of the smiling critters, always looking at the bright side of things and encouraging others in their time of need. In his voice lines, he tells the player to go fetch, and then questions why we're just standing there. And afterwards, he tells us that we can't stay. But right after this, we can hear Dog Day screaming for a lot longer than the other members who died.
Dog Day says, fetch! Go, go! As far as you can! Why are you just standing there? You can't be here. You can't stay.
Now this one is honestly the most disturbing because we somewhat already know what happened to Dog Day. In his first voice line, when he tells us to go fetch, that's referencing his want for us to leave Playtime Co. and he questions why we're still here. And when he tells us that we can't stay and that we shouldn't be here, he's indirectly revealing the truth of Playtime Co. and showing that he doesn't agree with its beliefs, more specifically the prototypes. And so, Catnap and the prototype torture Dog Day for encouraging the others to escape, as that's what they do to heretics. This likely explains why the screaming lasted so agonizingly long, and you can actually hear the moment where Dog Day's legs are cut off and fall to the ground. This makes Dog Day's death all the more horrific, especially considering that everything he was saying in the cardboard cutout was pretty much the exact same thing he was telling us in
Then
person.
escape the playhouse where Ollie then talks to me for a while.
I'm really glad you're okay. I don't want to lose any more friends to this place. Hey, did you see the shrine? Catnap made it for the prototype.
Nope.
See? Before Catnap turned into Catnap, I guess there was some pretty serious accident. He almost died, but they say that the prototype saved his life, giving up his own freedom in the process.
So good.
In Catnap's eyes, the prototype is a superhero and has saved this place. So Catnap treats him like a god, killing everyone that opposes him, us included, if we're not careful. That shrine, did it scare you?
Nope.
If you thought that was terrifying, just wait until you see the real thing. Anyways, we're really close to the end. I sent you a new key. You're going to the counselor's office instead. It's not ideal, but it should have enough juice. If you can get that generator going and plug it in, I think we'll be done. And keep your eyes open for Catnap. Every shadow and every flickering light is a hiding spot. He always stalks his prey first. He'll take away anything you have to defend yourself. And when you're at your most vulnerable, he'll kill you. Catnap lives for the hunt. Good luck. Talk soon.
Okay. Oh, nice. Let's go.
This next tape was a workforce danger alert that was aired for the employees on August 8th, 1995 at 11 a.m., the same time that the Hour of Joy occurred. There really isn't anything to speculate on, however, as it was just an emergency alert warning the workers of the Toys Rebellion.
The following message is for all Playtime Company employees. At 11:01 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, an unknown hostile force was declared present within the Playtime Company facility. Personnel are to begin enacting emergency evacuation protocols immediately. Leave all personal belongings. Do not engage with any hostile individuals. If no exit path is available, seek shelter in a hidden location. Use blankets or pillows to cover your body and remain silent. Do not look through any windows. Do not open doors for any individuals. Do not make eye contact.
The 12th tape is known. The tape includes a conversation between Stella Graber and Mr. and Mrs. Hartman about a potential adoption for a child named Jeremy. But as Stella goes through the form, she realizes that it says testing, causing her to stumble over her words and worry the couple. After being told about the mix-up, the couple gets extremely frustrated at this and demand answers. But it seems like Stella has no idea why this happened.
Oh, Mr. and Mrs. Hartman. Come on in. Please, have a seat. How was your ride down?
It was, nothing like we were expecting. Mr. Ludwig's speech was, well, it just confirms for us that you're the orphanage we want to go through.
It's a truly magical place. I felt right at home from the second I entered. You open that door the first time and you just know. you're never going to leave. Kind of like finding a home as a child and always thinking of it when you want to feel comforted. I understand you want to give Jeremy that home? Yes, and we would like to adopt. Amazing. You'll be perfect for... Oh. What? Well, it appears there's been some complications. Complications? What kind of complications? I don't know. The form says testing. What does that mean? Tell us, what does that mean?
Miss Graper, we deserve a better explanation than that. Don't you think?
You're in charge of all this. How could you not know?
And why are we only finding out about this now?
I don't. I'm sorry.
What's weird about this, though, is the fact that Stella was actively a part of and aware of the Bigger Bodies initiative, which means that she knew exactly what was happening with Jeremy. And it looks like she was only trying to act confused as to not compromise what's really going on inside of Playtime Co. But perhaps she was shocked because there was no filter for the kids that were actually going to be adopted and the kids that were going to be experimented on. Either way, it's clear that the fate of Jeremy was that of the rest of the orphan children. And now we have Crafty Corn, a creative unicorn with a passion for art, sharing its importance with the other crew members. She also appears to be a peacemaker, seeing the beauty in all things around her. And in the cartoon's intro, she demonstrates her skills as a talented painter by painting an exact replica of Bobby Bearhug. Now, in her voice lines, it sounds like she's making another painting and realizes that she ran out of red. And once she's told this, she doesn't believe you and suspects that you're hiding more red from her. And suddenly, she yells at you to give it to her, and screaming is heard right after, to which she says that now it's much better.
Hi, I'm Crafty Corn. Can you help me with my painting? Thanks! Now, can you give me some red? More red, please. Out? But we can't be out. You're hiding more red from me. I know you are. Give it here! Now that's much better.
So for Crafty Corn, I'm led to believe that when she's talking about red being hidden from her, she's most likely talking to a member of the Smiling Critters. And what's even worse is that she's likely talking about their blood. This is evidenced by the fact that once she yells at one of the members to give her some more red, you can hear one of them screaming right after, which likely means that she killed them for their blood. But how did she end up dying herself? Well, Crafty Corn could have either died due to starving to death, or she was killed by the other Smiling Critters after expressing her violent behavior and killing one of her friends. But for this member specifically, her voice lines don't really reveal a concrete reason as to how she really died.
Huh?
Do you have any idea what you're doing? have to end this. Do you even know what's real?
Huggy?
No, you don't.
Oh, hi. Bye, Huggy. Bye. Bye-bye. Alarms. Bom. No, don't touch me. Didn't give it permissions to. Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but whatever. Anyway, I took this battery to this place here, but then Catnap stalled out and I'm about to have a boss fight with him. Yay!
I hope this is coming through. There's no time to waste. Catnap is on his way. The room you're in used to be a sort of panic room. It's not what it used to be. It can't protect you. Learn how it works. Try putting the batteries in the different glowing spots. Good. Okay. Now, in between the hallways, there's those two side rooms on both the left and the right. There'll be power receivers in those. Good. If you see Catnap, use those. You're probably gonna hallucinate a bit. It'll be hard to tell what's real and what's fake. Try using your flares on Catnap to make sure he's real. He's almost...
Oh god, he's here. Oh, so these two are really... What? Oh, so that's real, so... Look here. Oh, I get it, okay, I get it. That's fake. Okay. Before
12th
we
tape
finish
is
the
known
game,
as
I'm just gonna
log
quickly go over the last tape I
24459,
found
a log
and
regarding a short
catnap.
conversation between Harley Sawyer and the prototype. Harley initially planned to record his findings regarding the prototype, then the prototype produces some weird noise, grabbing Harley's attention to find out more. In response to the question from 1006 on whether or not it is capable of feeling pain, Harley says that the prototype has a secret that he believes to be very precious. The prototype then thanks Harley and imitates his voice, saying that he discovers something new about him every day.
Log code 24459. In relation, experiment 1006. The prototype. Stubborn as he is, and always silent with each passing session, I'm still uncovering fresh data nonetheless. Today's discovery. End of log.
Ready to talk now, are you? I possess
A question.
Go ahead.
Do you feel anything?
This question referred to what exactly?
You stick us, beat us, tear at flesh.
Do you feel it? There's a secret inside you, 1006. Valuable beyond all measure. I cut and prod and burn at it. And I get closer with each session. So speak. Or don't. Fight. Or give in. Regardless, I learn something new about you every day. It excites me. Thank you. You thank me? Absolutely. I learn something new about you every day.
Profits, failed experiments, and disobedient employees. This was the current state of Playtime Co. Harley Sawyer, an executive at Playtime Co., proposed a solution to the declining profits, and everything else would soon fall into place with the right amount of time, efforts, and planning. The Bigger Bodies initiative was set in motion soon after its suggestion, and it led to the creation of the game station. This was built so Playtime Co. could test the orphans that they had living at their on-site orphanage, having them complete a series of mini-games to test the child's reaction time, cognitive skills, physical abilities, and everything in between. If the orphans yielded good results, then they would be sent back to Playcare to inhale the red smoke while they slept to be soon turned into their designated toy. But there was one side effect regarding the experiment. After an orphan was turned into a toy, they would have no recollection of their identity before they were turned into a toy. But they would be able to remember certain locations that looked familiar or that they felt comfortable in. And we'll soon learn that some orphans would remember some other things. In the span of a year, the company got pretty good at the experiments, to the point where they had created multiple experiments that were assigned different and very important roles in the factory. Huggy Wuggy was the factory security, Mommy Longlegs was in charge of the game station, but the company still needed a toy to be in charge of Home Sweet Home, the resting place for all orphan children. And they needed a toy that made sure not only the children fall asleep, but make sure that they can effectively inhale the red smoke for easy experimentation. And so the list began to be made for the potential orphans that could take the role of the bigger body version of Catnap, the future overseer of Home Sweet Home. These kids all had a near perfect score in the game station, making them all great choices. All of them, including a kid named Theodore Granbell. Theodore was around 7 years old at the time of this, a young boy with light skin, curly brown hair, and dark brown eyes. And after some testing, he was sent to his room inside of Home Sweet Home, getting ready to go to sleep. But just then, a strange voice caught his attention, and it sounded like it was coming from under his bed. We know that this is the prototype, who seemingly escaped containment and decided to hide out in Theodore's room. But he reassures Theodore, letting him know that he's his friend, and the adults of Playtime Co. are not. So, as the days went by and their friendship got stronger, the prototype began to encourage Theodore to sabotage Playtime Co. in their experiments. However, he did get caught a couple of times, causing him to become very well known amongst the staff. And every time he was confronted of this, he always said that it was his friend's idea, to which the staff said that his friend didn't exist and he needs to stop. But one day, the prototype instructed Theodore to steal a GrabPack with a green GrabPack hand to open one of the maintenance doors, likely so the orphans could escape. However, due to Theodore's lack of understanding on how to work the device, he attempted to open the door and it resulted in him being electrocuted and severely injured, causing Theodore to receive immediate medical attention. Two staff members, Thomas Clark and Joel Sinclair, later heard about this incident, saying that the door required 2 people to be opened correctly, and during their talk, Thomas could have sworn that he saw Theodore's imaginary friend at some point. And after nursing Theodore back to health and sending him to home sweet home, the sabotaging seemed to continue despite his injuries. The prototype was relentless in using Theodore to help all of the orphans escape Playcare and avoid the horrible experiments being done on them. But unfortunately, all of this mischief resulted in Theodore being moved to the top of the list of orphans who would potentially be experimented on. And so, the experiment was conducted and it was a success, resulting in the creation of Experiment 1188, otherwise known as Catnap. Catnap was created with the job of putting the children of Home Sweet Home to sleep, not only to prevent them from escaping Playcare, but to also make future experiments a lot easier to conduct. But Catnap wasn't the only toy in his line. Playtime Co. had a group of toys known as the Smiling Critters, and eventually they managed to get their own cartoon show. The popularity was so good, in fact, that the characters became Playcare's main mascots and were loved by the orphans. And this was likely due to not only their diverse personalities, but the flower-like scents that they gave off as well. Bubba Bubba was lemongrass, Kickin' Chicken was ylang ylang, Hoppy Hopscotch was peppermint, Picky Piggy was citrus, Bobby Bear Hug was rose, Crafty Corn was jasmine, their leader Dog Day was vanilla, and Catnap was lavender. However, the company had still been conducting experiments during this time, which led to the red smoke, otherwise known as poppy gas, to somehow get mixed with the lavender scent for catnap. And this resulted in any kid having a catnap toy beside them to have strange and violent nightmares. With Playtime Co.'s reputation now on the line, they decide to recall Catnap from the Smiling Critters altogether, removing any sign of him ever existing from all marketing material. They decided to keep the bigger body version of Catnap around, however, and the memories of Theodore still lingered within Catnap, specifically the memories of the prototype. And while assessed by one of the staff, Catnap says the prototype will save us, likely referring to the rest of the orphans.
Is his, voice thingy still broken?
This devotion to the prototype never wavered either, as an event known as the Hour of Joy occurred, where all of the toys collectively rebelled against all of the workers in Playtime Co. And when I say all, I mean all of them. This was all orchestrated by the prototype, and it was only natural that Catnap followed what he considered to be his god. So Catnap, along with Mommy Longlegs, Huggy Wuggy, Boxy Boo, the mini Smiling Critters, Miss Delights, and her sisters killed every single person in that factory. And once it was all over, the entire factory was now left with nothing but the bodies of the workers. And these bodies were then dragged down to the deepest and darkest parts of the factory, where they would never be found. Now, like us humans, the experiments needed food to keep themselves alive, so the toys took this opportunity to eat all of the bodies and live off of the scraps of flesh in the factory soon after. A couple years after this, it's said that Dog Day wasn't exactly on board with the prototype's plans and thoughts regarding the factory, and he knew that for the other toys, it wouldn't exactly end well for them. So he started to try and convince the toys that it's not safe here, here and that they need to go as far away as possible from this place. Catnap and the prototype eventually caught wind of this, and instead of just killing Dog Day, they decided to cut off his legs and leave him in the jail cell of the playhouse to suffer. The year is now 2005, and we, the player, have come back to the factory as we used to work here. But judging by the fact that we're still alive, it's likely that we weren't present during the Hour of Joy. We're instructed to find the Poppy flower, and once we do, we open Poppy's case after defeating the infamous Huggy Wuggy and start to get familiar with Poppy. Later on, we meet Mommy Longlegs, who we managed to defeat as well via a grinder. But after she's killed, the prototype's hand can be seen dragging what's left of Mommy Longlegs away. And during the events of Chapter 3, Catnap becomes the next toy taken by the prototype and ended up being killed by the same thing he devoted his life to.
It's not working for me, so it's not loading so I can put it in behind the scenes of this. But I'm just going to say what it was. I then went down the elevator, which then rebooted the generator. I then went into the hatch room. Poppy told us about the Hour of Joy, which in a organized attack, all the toys attacked everyone and killed everyone. Nice. And then I went onto an elevator, but then Kissy then gets attacked by someone who we will probably find out in Chapter 4. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching my video. I know this is quite a while, but thank you very much. Anyway, I'll see you guys in Chapter 4. Bye-bye!